Hey, everybody, what's up? Did you know there is a loan option if you don't show a lot of income on your tax returns or pay stubs that you still might be able to get financed? We're going to talk about that in this episode of Home Loans for Luke. All right, so here's what we got. This is called non-QM loans. Non-QM. QM meaning qualified mortgage. Back in the day, when I had less gray hair and skinnier and all that stuff, the banks were doing loans called stated income, stated assets, where you basically just tell the bank, hey, this is what I make. And they said, hey, you're good. This isn't the same. You have to be cash heavy, as in you got to have a big down payment for these. 10%, 15%, 20%, 25%, depending on what you're trying to do with these non-QM loans. And the reason and purpose for these is this might surprise you, but a lot of people, mostly self-employed borrowers, don't show income on their tax returns because they don't want to pay Uncle Sam, right? Big surprise. Big surprise. However, everybody knows they're making money, including the banks. So they came up with this program called the non-QM loan, which basically looks at your assets. And assets, I mean checking, savings, retirement, that kind of stuff. Your credit score. You got to have a good credit score to do this. And then they say, okay, look, you have a big down payment. You have a great credit score. You have money in the bank after you close. We think you're going to pay. So we're going to give you a home loan. Right? But what they do is they bump your rate up. They make it costlier. It's all about risk. As risk goes up, rates go up. Right? Always remember that. Less down payment, rate goes up. Lower credit score, rate goes up. It's just the way of the world in lending. So they say, look, we're going to give you a loan. Even you got money in your bank account, you got good credit score, like I said, but your rate's going to be higher. You're going to have to get us all kinds of paperwork, and you kind of go from there. That is a non-QM loan. They also they use different techniques to try and figure out your income. So because there are ways to do it, like no income for certain types of loans, but we'll get into that another day. This is more like for businesses that are self-employed trying to buy, like I'm a business owner and I want to buy a house and I don't show a lot of money on my tax returns. They will do what's called a bank statement loan, where they take 12 months of bank statements, 24 months of bank statements, take your deposits, divide them up, and say, okay, you're making this month, this much a month. They'll take your assets and do, okay, this is how much money they have. This is the income. They will take profit loss statements from accountants saying, you make this much, he makes this much money a year, divide by 12. That's the income you use. So there are different ways. Now, as you do like the bank statement loans or the profit loss, your rate goes down. But if you just go straight no income, like I have one or two banks that'll do that with us, rates are high. Give you a general idea how high, like, oh my God, what are we talking? Like right now, it's March, March 2026. Rates are right around 6 for a 30-year fixed conventional. Again, depends on your credit score, depends on down payment, all that kind of stuff. You do a non-QM loan, you're going to be 7.5, 8, 8.5. You're going to be putting 20, 10, 15, 20% down, depending on the situation. So you're going to pay for it. And the rates are going to be higher. Some of those loans, they'll even go up to 9.5% if you do like 10% down bank statement loan. They're getting high. But again, it's like, this is the way I look at these. This is the way I explain. I'll quote this to a business owner who doesn't want to pay, doesn't want to pay that high of a rate, but they don't show any income. And I'll just be like, look, you're going to save it on your tax returns, not paying Uncle Sam, or you're going to save it on your, your mortgage that you want. So again, non-QM loans. If you think you qualify for it, maybe you're not showing income, give me a call, message me on Facebook, Home Loans with Luke, the MLO Bros, Rebel Lending. You can call me 330-651-7081. Always willing to help, always willing to look at different scenarios for you to help you out. Non-QM loans, bank statement loans, profit loss statements, all that fun stuff. We can help you out if you're not showing income on your tax returns. All right. Hey, guys, we'll see you all later. Bye.